and welcome to Whiskey, Magic, and Destruction on the Games Tavern on whatever streaming service you're watching us on. So if you are watching us for the first time, thank you and welcome. And if you're coming back to watch us some more, we love you so much. Thank you for supporting us. Be sure and hit that subscribe and that like button, and be sure and tell your friends about us if you can. Help them find out about us. One thing I want to make sure everybody's aware of, we have Streamloots on this stream, which allows you, the player, or not the player, the audience, to have influence on the players and possibly the DM, should you be fairly awesome. But if you pick up Streamloots decks, which I think he's dropping the link to the Streamloots deck link, there it is. Yep, there's the link. And thank you, Tech Goblin. And you pick up a Streamloots pack, you can use those cards to create in-game effects, or you can craft them into even more powerful cards later, which is awesome, especially if you give it to the DM. You can give it to the players, but if you give it to the DM, then I can wreak havoc. If you give it to the players, then, well, they get to live. But it's your choice. It's your choice. I'm not biased at all. At all. No. So, but just because we love all of you who showed up early, I think we're going to drop a coupon for some Streamloots that you get a free pack and you can try it out yourself and see how cool it is. If you've never used a Streamloots pack before, this is your chance to check it out and make an impact on the game. You can change outcomes. You can help the players. You can hurt the players. You can do whatever you want that the card allows you to do. And we play every single card. For example, and even if it doesn't get used right then and there, I have a DM inspiration right now, and I fully intend to use it at a time of my choosing. Thanks, Peron24. Yes, we do remember who gave them to us too. So from there, where we last left off, a whole bunch of things happened. The party was going to bury Turja, except Turja showed up at their front door. So now they have a body. It's Turja's body. Turja's discovered she was a clone at one time and is now back and a little bit pissed that she was a clone, but relieved because she didn't die as a fireball death in a carriage owned by a noble. But keeping herself secret and not revealing that she's alive to the people who may have tried to assassinate her, she has made her way back to WMD, told her friends. Her friends decided, before we resurrect Garlo, we're going to bury her. We're going to give the body a burial. That way, all the bases are covered, shows that she's dead. And now, where we come back, Sim and Rafe have returned from burying their friend. You are back at WMD. You have just finished the ceremony in the City of the Dead. Anything you're saying as you come up the stairs?
I really wish I could have like a fantasy iced Starbucks after the funeral to shake.
Well, it's iced because it is wintertime in Winterdeep. The icy
Perfect.
cold air froze your Meztican bean juice.
It's great. I'm living for the moment of it all. Seeming fairly flat in feature for someone who just buried a friend. Are they all like that?
Oh, sometimes there's more body, sometimes there's less.
I mean, like with the prayers or whatever.
Oh, well, yes, you give the last rites, and then, if you have friends who are willing to pay a priest to go a little bit further, then you may have an entire sermon. Someone will say something nice about you, and then you're interred.
But like, is there a difference between where you get buried? Like, are your rites different than theirs?
Well, I'm actually not even sure what my rights are anymore.
Oh, no.
Still thinking about
Complex.
that.
Sorry.
But every clergy has slightly different rights. But the point, is to claim the spirit of the person you're interring for your deity. So, they all sort of work the same. Some are louder, noisier, or bigger productions than others. Lathander.
Well, I'll take your word on it. I hope Terja, is her soul there?
Well,
Uh,
no. Since Tertia's other body currently has her soul, we
yeah.
just interred an empty body. So,
But like, do we know that? What if like some of her was like left over or something?
Reed, I think that Rafe would
Sorry.
actually know a definitive answer for this.
I mean, you're fairly confident her soul is in her current moving animated body.
Yeah, I
I
just
mean, crazier things could happen, but you're
I
pretty
just
confident
want
it
to
is.
know if there's like an edge case that he's heard of. Yeah,
There are
I don't
edge
think so.
cases. They are extremely different and not something that would be in the case of
Yeah,
what she basically told you what happened. So
yeah.
you're pretty clear where her soul sits right now.
Well, it's more that there's some certainty here. It's not like we buried an animated golem. That would be a little bit weird, and also possibly no, her soul is with the other body.
Wait, what's with an animated golem? Take drink of coffee.
Just one of those exceptions to the general rule that souls tend to stick with the primary body. Very taboo stuff. Don't ever consider doing anything like that ever.
I don't know. Sounds like there's a lot of rules involved, and I already know too many, so I think we're good. I imagine we're making our way back into WMD.
Oh, you've already made it
All
up the stairs. You were talking about this in the foyer as you were standing there. And from there, we will transition over to the soulfully filled body of Turja, where you have arrived at where?
I am going to WMD incognito, basically using disguise spell. Let's see. I think I will go with the normal drab persona, like dark like medium brown hair, just like normal skin, normal shade skin, like drab clothes, nothing standing out.
You're looking like a commoner.
Commoner? What?
A commoner?
Yeah. Well, not so much commoner as just, yes, commoner, but also very nondescript.
A boring commoner.
A very boring commoner.
A
Yes.
very forgettable commoner.
Ideally.
Right. Okay. Make a stealth check with advantage.
Stealth. Well, thank God for advantage.
Mm-hmm.
Much better. Dirty 20.
Okay. All right. You're approaching the door to WMD. Do you just go right in?
If it's open, yeah.
You knock on the door and the door opens.
I was sort of expecting someone to answer the door, but since nobody does, I shrug and I make my way up and close the door behind me as soon as humanly possible.
All right. You close the door and you make your way up. And standing in the foyer talking about your funeral is Sim and Rafe. And there's a debate as to where your soul is. And you hear this coming up the stairs. They did not hear you coming up the stairs. But you peek around the stairs and then they do see you.
I come in and I say, well, I certainly hope my soul is here with me, because otherwise things might get really complicated.
Oh, good, you're back. Did you learn anything? Has it been too long? Has it not been long enough? What were you doing?
Oh, I had a chat with your former employer, Rook. He doesn't know it was me, obviously.
Oh, yeah. That would make sense. Why were you talking to Rook?
I was hoping he might know something about who killed me. Not that he knows it was me, obviously.
what it cost you.
I'd rather not say, but
Tarsha.
nothing. It was money, just more than I
Okay.
had hoped to spend. Anyway, the rumor is apparently it was my first suspect was Antorim Manchun.
June. Then talking to the people who came in. Didn't they mention something about that? It's been a long day.
What did they say? Who are they? Who came in?
Well, oh gosh, now I can't remember timelines. Someone came to speak with Dad with your body. It was weird.
Was it?
Oh yes, the magisterium bought a cleric to speak with the dead. Obviously, you weren't home, so that didn't work.
What else did they say?
And at this point, I am going to get a distant look on my face, like I'm thinking on it. But the reality is that Rafe doesn't remember anything.
Oh no. I also vaguely recollect. Maybe the DM could fill in some information for us. I don't know.
You know, it's your job to hold notes for a reason. But what I can remember to tell you is that the City Watch, along with the Order of Magus and Protectors, were doing the investigation on the murder of your friend. They said that you guys are not suspects. They think they know who did it. Well, they have an inkling who might have done it. There's very few wizards with the gall to toss a fireball live and kill a noble, potentially, in the city. But there is one. But they didn't say who.
Well, after we revealed the correspondence that mentioned Manchun, they were very interested in that, by the way. They did mention that they think there might have been another noble in the city who may be targeted.
Who?
They didn't say.
Oh. Well, what Rook said was that the Zentarim are fighting each other, that there's something about an old Manchun and a new Manchun, that Manchun had cloned himself. I assume more than once, based on what Rook said. But apparently there's some infighting going on amongst the Zentarim between these various factions, and my guess is that whoever took Sahir, killed him, or whoever did whatever they did to Sahir also did this to me.
Well, we did our best to point them away from the more direct investigative route. It was prudent, I think, at least expeditious, to point them towards the Grey Castles.
Oh, yes. I suppose, well, given what they did, I can't complain that the Watcher is going to be bringing scrutiny to bear on them.
Right, and who knows? Maybe they'll turn something up about the actual murder, your sisters.
I mean, I would have been murdered too if not for my father's precaution. It's not that this
Sure.
doesn't count as a murder just because my father managed to take out some insurance.
Oh, technically, if you lived, it wasn't murder.
It was certainly a murder attempt.
Sure. I'm just saying that it can't be murder if you're still alive.
No, but it can be punished like one.
Yeah, it's true, especially because the enforcers don't actually know that you're still alive. Right. Yeah. Oh, interesting.
What time of day is it anyway?
It's about 12 noon. It was a lovely funeral in the morning, but it's cold. Clouds have set in. The skies are becoming grayer.
So, what do we do now?
Well,
Girl out.
tonight we will meet
Right.
old Sam and do the resurrection. Well, do you want to try and do resurrection in the middle of the day in the streets of Waterdeep? I feel
Yes,
like
but no. Fine.
we both know how that would go.
As long as we're out of sight of the public, does it matter what time of day it is?
Well, let's just say that the Order of Mages and Protectors would be a little bit more interested in a broad daylight resurrection taking place outside of one of the temples.
Why would we do it outside one of the temples? Why not do it indoors?
Oh, I don't have. Well, I guess I suppose we could go to the Temple of Gondor. It's really awkward, though. This is the whole reason we talked to old Sam. Hopefully,
Alright.
we'll have something sorted out.
You're the cleric. I accept your judgment in the matter.
So are you gonna go speak to old Sam now? Are you gonna, day drink until you go talk to old Sam? What's the plan here, guys?
All right, so out of character,
See my day drink.
3 sessions ago,
Yeah.
we gave old Sam a time and a place
Mhm.
that we would meet him to do the resurrection.
And where was
That
that?
time is this evening.
Mhm.
That
Okay.
place is undefined.
Oh, good.
Didn't he say come get him at his location?
Correct. Yes.
Okay.
So we know where we're going at first. We just don't know where he's going to bring us.
Right.
It's gonna take forever. Just take a sit and like just full like lean head back, looking at ceiling, counting something on the ceiling.
There's not much to count except for all the tiles of copper, because it's a copper lined roof or ceiling tiles.
Ceiling.
You know how
That's pretty.
the old Victorian era type houses
Nice.
had that stuff?
Nice.
That's what's in this place.
So, have you told Drakewood I'm back yet?
Well, it was mentioned that you are a little bit alive.
A little bit alive? Isn't it usually a binary thing? One or the other?
Well, we said you were alive. We just didn't know when you were coming back.
I see.
Both of those were true.
Perhaps we should find him and let him know I'm not dead after all.
Well, let's ring the bell and see if anyone's here.
So you pull the rope.
Yep.
Boom, boom, boom. I'm coming. Boom, 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 boom. Downstairs. Door opens. Boom, boom. What is it? Gherkin.
Oh, Gurkin, is the master in?
I don't rightly know. He hasn't come and let me know he's in. He hasn't asked for anything, so I'm assuming he's not in.
Well, when you do see him, would you please let him know that Tertia has joined us again?
Absolutely, I can do that. There's something else you need me to do?
Sorry, go ahead.
I simply thought it would be politic to let him know I was here and not in a graveyard.
Right. How did the ceremony go, by the way?
Actually, I'm rather curious about that myself.
Well, it went well. It was delightful. There was 2 people there to speak for the deceased. I guess you would count them as friends? I'm not sure. Anyway, it went well, and the body of Tertia Nighthawk is interred within the City of the Dead for the low cost of, and I'm turning to look at Cimarine, and I'm going to say 48 gold pieces.
Yes.
Don't ask what happened to the other 2.
Were the 2 friends you and Cimmering, perchance?
Well, yes, unless you thought you would have other friends at the funeral.
I couldn't think of anyone else who would be there under the circumstances, but I found it a little odd you referred to yourselves in the third person.
I thought you were going to say it was weird that you referred to us as friends. I'm glad it was that way instead.
So, yes, sorry, your identity is burned.
Literally.
Yeah, crude joke, sorry.
I mean,
but
we might know a thing or two about laying low.
Well, I was going to say that we can probably find you a new identity.
I
mean,
would be
sure.
grateful for any expertise you could bring to bear on the matter, Gherkin.
But who do you want to be?
You know, 23 years and I'm still trying to figure that out.
I was like that when I was 23 too. Yeah, I'm 46 now and fat, but you know, hey, it is what it is. Look, lass, you figure out who you want to be, and as long as it's not someone else that already is alive, and as long as it's something that's believable, we can arrange for some things. However, if you go too far, and it's not something that is believable, it won't work. If you're worried about magic, it doesn't matter about the magic if it won't even stand up to basic scrutiny without magic.
I
If
have
you
no desire to
understand.
become buoyant.
That's right. Now, we can get all the filings done. It takes us about 72 hours, you know, a 3-day, to get everything in place to where you exist as someone else. What's who someone else is.
I'll think on it. Thank you,
We
Gherkin.
love new names. It's so much fun. Anyway, okay, well, dinner's served at 6 tonight. I don't know if Master Drakewood's going to be in by then. From what I understand, he was out on a lark anyway, so who knows what he's up to. It's probably something no good. In the right kind of way, if you know what I mean. Nonetheless, if you're here at 6, then it's served. Otherwise, head on down to the Happy Axe Peak and get yourself something on the house account.
Appreciate it, Gherkin. It's very nice of you.
Yes. No. It's my job. Terry is taking the day off today. Just so you know, he needs a day off. He hasn't had one in a while.
Oh, good for
So
him.
we're just going to give him the day. I think he needed to do some shopping and some letter writing anyway. So anyway, check back in with you later. Best of luck.
Thank you, Cookin.
He closes the door and heads. You hear the slower steps back to wherever it was he was working at.
You took that remarkably calmly. I expected a little more excitement.
Well, he was forewarned.
True.
Think about who his master is and what he has to do all the time for that guy.
Weird stuff happens. I mean, maybe it's
I just
better.
realized that Gherkin is literally a bagman. That just clicked in my head.
And a forger.
Mm-hmm. Well, I suppose we should entertain ourselves for the afternoon. Terja, are you sticking around?
Well, I was actually thinking of going to the Temple of Ogma and doing some research.
On what?
Did
You've
you have-
been there 3 times and researched the hell out of everything under the sun. So what are you going to research this time?
Okay.
Just so I know.
Well, okay, if you want to assume she already researched that tower,
Colot Tower?
yeah, that's it.
Okay, you can research that. That's something different. Okay, as long as it's not the same things that we've researched before. Okay. Colot Tower? All right, that's cool.
Yeah.
All right. How long do you plan to be there? Because, you know, there's a resurrection that needs to happen.
I will definitely be back at WMD well before the resurrection. Let's say I come back at 4:30.
Okay.
Is
So
that with daylight savings time or?
Well, Waterdeep is cruel enough to institute daylight savings time.
Toril doesn't need it. It magically does not require daylight savings. It doesn't. The sun shines the right amount every day. It's just a great thing about magical planets, right? As Turja heads out the door, you guys all see out the window the first stirrings of snow flurries beginning to fall. Turja, pulling your cloak a little bit tighter and making your way to the
hood up
and
Yep.
making your way to the Temple of Ogma. You make it to the temple just fine. After a couple cutaways, a cut through an alley, just checking your back a few times to make sure you're not being followed, because a nice healthy dose of paranoia has begun to set in. You make it into the front doors. Do you go straight to Sahir's office, or do you go searching through the library?
I go searching through the library, but I don't actually ask anyone for help just yet. I just look for the area where I know there will be books on the Collat Tower.
Collat Tower.
Water
Let us
Tower.
check the real library, shall we?
Yes.
Collat Tower. You know, one of the cool things about you guys is you always keep me on my toes. One of the drawbacks of you guys is you always keep me on my toes. So, Collat Tower. Ah, yes. Is there something in particular you're trying to research about the towers? The address? Something else?
Right now, general history and background.
General history and background. All right.
So he had a book on it in his office. I'm just looking at everything to try to figure out why.
Okay. Well, that's the interesting thing about Collat Towers. It does have a history. Stand by. Collat Towers was built by two wizards. Okay. And for those who haven't gotten a copy of it, Dragon Heist, Waterdeep, one of the best books recently produced on the area of Waterdeep. The two-towered edifice, standing tall in the southern ward. The magical force field that surrounds it is quite interesting and has already been explained. Okay. There is light from continual flame spells dancing in the windows. The structure is believed to be abandoned by most folk. Others think it's haunted by the ghosts of the Collat brothers, the two wizards that built it in the first place. But it's fairly interesting. But the two brothers who built Collat Towers, very little is actually known. Hold on 1 second. I'm going to pull up one other source. Make a, history check.
Do I have +1 on history?
You do. You get a +1 to your history if you want to use that. Thank
I will
you.
use that.
For that lovely person who played that card.
17.
Liar. 17? Was that with the +1?
Yes.
Okay. There we go. Built sometime before 1368, the wizard brothers Alcidor and Dulark Collat bought the buildings, and much to the chagrin of the local building guilds, stitched the building together using spells such as Wall of Force and Stone Shape. The guilds of Waterdeep petitioned to have the building condemned, but were unsuccessful. A few locals applauded the brothers' thrift. It is surrounded by a stone wall set with iron spikes. At one time, there was a magical gate in front that you could access, but now an invisible wall of force surrounds this. No one has been able to enter. The few that did are forever interred within. There are old apples that have shriveled up that kids have thrown into the field and that have become trapped there. there is one skeleton trapped forever in a running position toward the building. It is of an unknown person who attempted to scale the wall and make it into the building and never did. And the skeleton is all that remains of his body as it rotted into place, trapped in the field. There's an elm tree, some unkempt rose gardens, several curious glass statues, and the two dilapidated towers of the structure, and a rectangular building attaching to the larger tower. The taller tower is 6 stories tall. The lower tower, which is only accessible via a bridge from the taller tower, was only 4 stories tall. That is all you know
Okay.
from your history that you could look at. And it's
Well, that sounded boringly generic.
the book that you got it from was Histories of the Southern Ward. Interesting finds and interesting places.
I keep like digging around the library for. Oh, I also want to look up Graven Hollow.
Ooh, Graven Hollow is a much more interesting one. However, it's also more challenging to get anything that's worthwhile. Make a history check.
25.
25. Okay. Well, you know Graven Hollow is a magical, giant-owned library in the Underdark. A repository of knowledge set within the chaotic underworld of Faerun. Location is completely unknown. According to the tome, there's 2 tomes that you find that mention it. Not a lot in there. They just know it's in the Underdark. And there's a cryptic statement in one of them that says, only those that are meant to find it will find it. It has a history that goes far further back than most libraries anywhere on Toril because it was created by the giants who lived longer before most of the small folk races even existed. So absolutely has been there for quite some time.
Any rough time frame that Turja can find on how far
No,
back?
no one knows. No one knows. No one knows because the giants are so ancient by comparison. So like everyone would be guessing. However, one of the few things that it is brought up in one of the other books is that the peculiar trait of Graven Hollow is that it remembered all who had walked its halls, as well as those who would visit the library in the future. And their ghosts, or ghostly apparitions, would appear sometimes within the library, flickering in and out of existence around the other people who were there. Echoes, if you will, of the people who've either already been there or echoes of their futures, should they appear. But nobody knows who built it. It's been there since the dawn of giants, as far as anyone else knows. And even the giants themselves don't know when it was built. That's all you got.
Okay.
Even with a 25.
I mean, I was actually more than I was expecting, even with the 25, so I'll take it.
Well, that's what you got with a 25. I mean, that's pretty good, but that's all you get.
Yeah. No, I'm not complaining. No, I've done most of what I came here to do. I will go back
Man,
to.
that took a lot of hours. You make it back at 4:45, just in time.
Okay.
You're late.
Dinner was at 6. I
Yes, but
sincerely
you said you were
doubt
coming back
considering
by
a raid.
4:30.
15 minutes late is not that late.
You were rushed.
Okay. Hey, at least I didn't burst into flame this time.
So, going up to the front door, you just push it open.
Yeah.
It opens.
And I close it behind me as soon as possible.
It closes right behind you.
Yeah.
While you were doing that, what was Sim and Rafe doing?
Pacing.
I think Rafe probably would have spent the afternoon by heading to the Temple of the Seldering.
And what would you do at the Temple of the Seldering while Sim is pacing the long table room in West Mercantile Diversified?
Have a conversation with any of the available priests or priestesses of Seychelles.
To do what?
Ask them about, I guess, technically converting, right? Technically converting.
From Gond?
Yes.
So you wish to know the rights of the great knowledge keeper, Seychelles?
Well, let's just say that I've had some reasons to suspect a closer tie to Seychelles of late.
I feel you're being drawn to it. It's almost as if you're magnifying it.
Magnifying what?
Falling. First, for knowledge to work, you must know yourself. Please, do you sincerely wish to convert, to follow Seychelles? Seychelles.
Yes.
Come with me. And they bring you to a high priest who's... Is he ready? Are you ready?
Yes.
Very well. To the pool. And they immediately bring you into a chamber that has a long sloping floor that slants down into what looks to be a massive pool of salt water.
Interesting. All right.
First, you must immerse yourself and be alone with your thoughts for as long as you can possibly be in there.
Ooh. Kind of have a deadline tonight.
Well, I mean, how long can you hold your breath?
Forever.
Very well, show us.
I think I need to be clear here. I'm aquatic elf. I can breathe in there.
Is he certain? It seems certain. Tell me, what is spurring this challenge?
Oh, so, many visions of late. Let's see, drowning, falling into the ocean. What do you call it? Water spouts, right? And also the visible aspects of my magic have changed, taking on more of a, shall we call it, terror of the deep aspect.
Great. Please come over here to this platform above the pool.
Sure.
Great. Look down. What do you see? In you go, and they shove you right in. You hit the water. The water is cold. It's dark, and it's deep. Do you attempt to swim?
No.
You sink slowly to the bottom. You must be 20 feet deep at this point. It is a deep pool. The only light you see is the faint outlines of light above you. Light blue in color. Almost blue-green. And as you get to the bottom, a voice comes out. My son.
Hey, how's it going?
Well, how's it going for you?
Well, buried the body of a friend, not the actual friend. Turns out that was a clone. Very complicated. And tonight I have to go resurrect another friend.
You were successful in your tasking.
Well, I have good friends, at least the ones that are currently alive.
Very well. What can I do for you?
Well, your priesthood doesn't seem to believe my sincerity in converting to your church, so can you fix that?
Hang on a moment. And you hear a snap. And then the water begins to turn bright blue-green around you. And it spins and spins and spins and spins. And you feel the pressure come up from underneath you as you are thrust up through the tops of the water as brightly lit water comes in. And you hear, "My son has returned."
Oh, well, that's
And
a bit
then
over
you
the
are
top, but
moved over to the platform where the jaw-dropped high priest and the acolyte are like dumbfoundedly watching as you just kind of get brought in and gently nudged right onto the platform. Hear him. All the lights disappear in the water. The water just goes. And by the way, you're perfectly dry.
so as I was saying, aquatic elf can breathe underwater. Any more questions?
What size robe do you want, sir?
Oh, I already have my own, and my robes just changed to match theirs color-wise.
Absolutely, High Priest. What should we call you?
Oh, not high priest. That's way too much responsibility right now. But I go by Rafe.
Rafe. Avatar of Seychelles, it shall be.
Just
How
Rafe.
can we assist you, sir?
Oh, I don't need anything from you right now. This was just to get my magic in line with itself before I go and try and perform a resurrection. So, yeah.
Uh-huh. He's already going to go do a resurrection. Did you hear that? Yeah, he's going to do a resurrection. Sure. Thanks.
All right. Seeing as that's all cleared up, I will be back probably tomorrow. It seems like
We
you have
shall be ready
questions.
for you. What time would you like us to be awaiting you, sir?
Oh, let's see. Sim likes to sleep in, and Garlo's probably going to be very, very excited, so we'll probably be out late. Let's call it one toll past noon.
One toll past noon. Yes, sir. We'll be
All
here
right, see you tomorrow.
tomorrow. Let us walk you out, sir. And they immediately go to walk you out. You are standing outside, and snow is pouring down. Ruts and snow are being formed by the drays as they grind through the snow. The horses clopping softer now with the snow there.
All right, I am going to proceed back to WMD to make our pre-meeting meeting time.
So you make it there at 5 o'clock.
Yep.
Believe it or not, you were in the water for 2 hours before you came out.
Yeah.
So I just needed to understand that Sim was left unattended for several hours.
Oh, what happened, Sim?
Cool. Awesome. Some pacing, and then recognizing there's no one here to bother, crawling out of my own skin. Um, I would like to go knock on some doors, possibly. Um, Here's the thing. There was a really cool axe that didn't meet my mojo. Wasn't quite for me. I still have one that's very cool. However, as I'm getting stronger, more muscly, I realize I want a bigger, stronger axe. I've had some daydreams over our time since Garlo's passing. In fact, I actually collected stained glass from the sewer room when we first entered and when we left, inevitably. So I have carried this pile of stained glass. So I would like to go find someone who can build me a magic great axe using in part that stained glass for the blade. Um, and I would like it to be a +1 weapon. That's the mechanic version of it. So really, I'm going around. Hey, can you? I got this glass. Can you make me an axe? And that's like the pretty much only thing she's saying to people.
Is the glass magical in any way?
No, of course not.
Okay. How much money you got?
I got some money, and plus whatever's in the group fund.
Because, they're not there to stop you from borrowing from it,
Unattended.
Carlo can't stop you. He's not here either.
I currently gold have 1,500.
1,500, huh? Well.
And I would like to remind the DM that one of my axes is no longer even in the team party.
No, that's someone else's axe. You gave that up. That was a great axe. It was a beautiful axe.
And should have possibly had more conversation about beforehand.
True story. True story. Stories about DM failure. That is what we are looking at right there.
And player recovery.
Absolutely the wrong person. Yeah. Let's see here. Play one. Oops. That is not what we're looking for here. I am looking for X. Okay. So you wander after an hour of pacing, gathering stuff. You get this idea. Ding! The lantern bulb goes off. And you're like, you go in your room and you in a quick scramble, grab up all these things. You look at them and you're like, perfect.
Got it.
And you then take them all and you step into what appears to be a light snowstorm. You step out and ask a few questions. Excuse me, is there someone who could make magic weapons here?
Magic weapons? Here, please? Enchantment? Maybe?
That is the challenge. Give me 1 second.
Of course.
Oh, yes. And I just want you to know, fine folks at Shard Tabletop who provide our tabletop for us,
Love Shard.
our virtual VTT, have made it easy for me to determine the costs and everything else based on how they set up their magic items chart. And I really appreciate that. And I know there is one. Here we go. Okay. So there is a plethora of information on Waterdeep out there and including different places that make armor and all sorts of other things. But you stumble in after spending an hour walking around, taking drays, people pointing out different places that might be of interest, and you wind up in the trades where there is a large building that takes up the space of 3 row houses connected. It's all one building. It is 3 stories tall, and there are multiple chimneys spewing hot smoke into the cold, wintry sky. You'll notice that the roofs of this place itself are made of metal, and that no snow appears to be sticking to it because it is too warm. As you make your way in, you are greeted by the warm sensation of hot forge air, the smell of carbon and copper and steel in the air. So much so you can taste it at the back of your tongue. And you meet Sir Brannigan, an old retired knight who has switched over to blacksmithing, and his love of his life, Sarah Lee. Sarah Lee is a wizard, and together they forge some of the finest magic items, or magic weapons, in the city. Okay? So, at Brannigan and Sarah's, what would you like to say to them?
I come in, like, there's a moment before walking in the door. I'm gonna take a deep breath. And I would like to say it's a performance. Like, okay, I'm going to do this to hopefully help. But then emotions in general start to overwhelm. I get misty-eyed as I open up the door. This bundle of items in my hand. Hi, sorry. Hi. I'm hoping you can help me out.
Hold on one moment. Bob, Edward, continue that work right there. Don't stop. Keep the heat up. Don't let that etching fail. Yes, ma'am. What can I do for you?
Okay, I was just doing this thing with some friends, and it got really out of hand, like really quickly, and we lost somebody, and it was horrible. It was this huge explosion. I can't. I need something stronger.
Sarah! Sarah! What is it? What is it, Bran? Oh, Bran. Get her to a table. And they walk you over to a table and there, miss. Hanky?
Please, thank you.
Oh, yes. Yes.
He was such a good friend, and I can't let the thing that killed him get away with it. And I'm really pretty good with axes. I need something stronger and better, and something with his memory. I don't know, I'm just really hoping you guys can help me out with this.
Okay. Well, some things are possible, some things are not. What do you have in mind?
So, and like just everything that whatever I thought might be useful. There's probably like some marble and lint in there
On the
too.
table?
Yeah.
They look down and they look at you, and that's a lot of things, especially glass.
This glass was like there, and it was there when he died, and I think if we can make a really pretty axe, like a great axe, and I want to name it kindness, and I want something strong enough to take down this horrible creature in his memory. And I just every time I can look at the axe with the glass, I can think of can we do this, please?
So you want a battle axe
Yes.
or a great axe?
Great axe, please. Something I put like
Bran.
all my might into, that'd be great.
Yes. Well, the stained glass is mostly worthless
But
for
it's
what we need to
pretty.
do. Oh, it is, and I think I have something in mind for you for that. But
Okay.
short term, a great axe.
Mhm.
A battle axe is 1,000 gold.
Okay.
I mean, at the minimum for most magic items. Jeez.
It would be for an act of good, I promise.
Bran, Sarah Lee, Bran. Fine, 1,000 gold. Not a coin less though.
Okay. That's totally understandable. He wouldn't want me to take advantage of some very good people anyways. It's a kindness. Thank you.
Oh, it is a kindness. Absolutely, it is. Bran. Look, my husband is, well, he's stern, but we have to make a living. But for 1,000 gold, we'll be okay. Look, leave the glass. I have an idea.
Okay.
You like bracelets?
Yes.
of this. We're going to make a bracelet
Uh-huh.
that when you summon from that bracelet, your great axe will appear. When you don't need it, bing, back into a bracelet.
I think genuine tears this time, like actually really started to bubble up. That's so thoughtful.
And we'll use the glass as the color on it.
It's so pretty. It's just gonna look so neat. Thank you so much.
And we're going to etch kindness into the blade in Elvish for your heritage. How's that sound?
That sounds great. Can we do it in Sylvan by chance? Now you're being kind. There's no reason. Elvish is great.
I wish I spoke Sylvan, but I'll look it up and I'll get it done for you.
Thank you.
Absolutely. You'll be killing people with kindness before you know it.
So much. I'm gonna start like patting my person to give the money. I wish it was all in one pouch. It probably is like a few different places.
Oh, you're dumping and counting, and then they're even actually like, okay, that's 1,003. Here's 3 of your gold back. Now please, Sarah, I've got to get back to work. We've got 2 other things here. I won't be able to get to this until tomorrow at the earliest to even get the process started for the imbuing.
That's okay. I'm not going anywhere. It's awful out there.
I don't think you understand. It's going to take us 7 days to get this built.
Okay.
You're going to stay here for 7 days.
What else am I gonna do?
Miss,
Yeah.
this isn't Wendy's.
Uh-huh.
You're going to have to go someplace else.
Oh yeah, I'm not gonna hang out here. I got stuff. I mean, I'm not staying here. Yeah, you guys
Okay.
are silly.
Okay. All right. Brannigan and Sarah Lee's is not a hangout, so we will see you in 7 days.
Yeah, of course. Thank you. It takes time. No, thank you. I really appreciate it. This is so nice. And gather
so rough.
my marble.
You
Put it
can
back in
keep the
my pocket.
handkerchief. Consider it a
Thank
gift.
you. I will treasure this forever.
Right. At least until it rots away. Best of luck, and we'll see you in 7 days.
Look forward to it. Thank you.
Beautiful.
Walk out.
And you step out,
Yes.
and you can even feel the tears in your eyes get chilled, with a freshness and a pinkness to your cheeks. As you exit the very dry air of the forge into the very dry yet snowy air around you, you get back at 4:30, just before everybody else does.
Nice.
So, as you all come together around, first you, then Turja, 15 minutes after you come in, and then 30 minutes after that, Rafe steps in. It's 5 o'clock. You have to be across town in an hour.
Okay, we got this, right? Let's go.
Snow is snarling everything up. You get outside. There is now 6 to 7 inches of snow, and it is continuing. And now the wind is going to a fever pitch. It is starting to blizzard a little bit, if you will. The squall from the sea is pushing the moist air in and becoming even more snow. The few people that are getting out on the street are bundled up. The drift globes light the way with warm, cheery light as the light from the windows that are still open with the curtains also help light the city streets. As you make your way slowly, you manage to get a carriage that carries all 3 of you. And at 5 minutes before 6, you step out to the inn, small inn and home that is where old Sam lives. Stepping from the chariot and paying a few copper and tips to the rider, because you guys are not bad people. You step into the warm hearth, or the hearth-warmed room that is the Tavern Inn where he stays, the small little inn. Not Tavern Inn, just the inn. Sitting at the table, drinking a hot libation of some sort, you see the form of old Sam, cleric of Kellenbor, hunched over, sipping his beverage. Ah, you made it! I was beginning to wonder. Most people show up early. You guys are right on time.
Well, turned out to be kind of a busy day.
Excuse my old bones. Well, did you bring all of your friends' things?
Yes.
Oh, are you sure?
Well, I got his bear.
Mm-hmm.
We got the pipe.
Yep.
I'm wearing his cloak. I have his
Okay.
letter.
Mm-hmm.
The glaive, I didn't think to bring the glaive, but I thought we had enough based off that.
Right.
So yes, anything that he really cared about, I'm sure. Oh, Stampy, we probably have Stampy.
Who's carrying Stampy?
Stampy is like outside, somewhat forgotten about.
Like you open the door back up and Stampy's like
Sorry, buddy.
darts up, actually shifts over to Rafe's legs because Rafe wouldn't have forgotten him.
Okay.
All right. And well, all right. He gets up. Let's go. And he proceeds to walk through the back, through a door, through the back of the building. Right? You guys get to the back of the building. He opens another door, and there's a stairway going down. What? You thought we were going to a temple?
It's kind of shady, but I'm into it.
Resurrections happen where the hearts are. You can't just go to a temple every time you need to pop somebody back into existence. Sometimes you gotta do it on the battlefield. Sometimes you gotta do it after the battle's done.
Yeah.
But you don't always get to pick where it is. What matters is the people who are asking for it are doing so with righteousness, and that there's a strong connection to the soul.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I
Excuse me,
just sort
Padre,
of look
but
at the others and go, yes, of course.
Padre, there's something different about you. You change color robes?
Oh, yes.
I think it makes him look dashing.
I think the color looks better on his skin tone anyway. You could probably use some armor, though. One day. Anyway, let's all head on downstairs. He brings you downstairs, where there is a large stone table. There are stains on the table. This table is normally used as a butcher block.
Perfect.
I had him wash it down. It's gonna have to do.
Oh, no, this would be fine. He was a big fan of pocket ham. It's pocket ham, right?
Oh,
Look at him.
who doesn't like some good pocket ham? All right, now, your first steps in this ritual are you got to put your left foot out, put your left foot in,
Uh-huh.
put your left foot. I'm kidding. I'm
Oh.
kidding.
Okay, what do we do?
Okay, fair enough. I see you're very serious and needing your friend back. So let's not mess around too much more. All right, look. You have the scroll.
Rafe?
And I'm looking around on my person, and then I reach into the bag of holding, and I pull out another scroll. And I'm like, that's not the one. Put it away. Grab the other one, and then finally I've got it. And I'm like, here we go.
There you go. Okay, well, that's kind of important. All right. So arrange the things on the table, not in the middle where your friend will be if everything goes well, and kind of the order in which he would be like holding them should he like fall asleep there. Why is the teddy bear right up by his head?
Is
That
that
should it be?
Well, I don't know. Okay, anyway, I never had a teddy bear.
Would you like one? Not that you can't have this one, but we can get you one.
It would be nice. I mean, they're nice.
Yeah,
And,
aren't they though?
all
I'll
right,
remember.
so-
I'll bring you one.
The second thing we need to do is make the room comfortable. Excuse me, miss, you with the soft hands. Could you put some additional wood and use those bellows to stoke the flames and warm the room slightly?
I just sort of give him a little salute and go over to do that.
Now, priest to priest, Mr. Rafe, we don't always get this option, but whenever you can, you should make the room comfortable.
Well, Garlo did like meat, so we're off to a good start.
Mm-hmm. He liked meat, you say?
Of course. I wouldn't say the man was,
I'm going to take a little liberty, but I pay the bill here, so I'm not terribly worried. The house mom won't matter too much. And he opens what appears to be a large cabinet that is the larder. And he slices off a couple long pieces of salt pork, closes the larder. Is this about the size he would normally eat?
Well, Garlo was a more if you can kind of guy, but this should do.
Right. Well, we'll just put that on the other side of that teddy where his head would be. Hopefully the smell of that will bring him around as well. What else did you bring besides the teddy bear, which was quite large and obtrusive?
Can't been too big. He kept it in his back. But anyways, I have this letter that he wrote us. Well, not really us, but we did find it.
Fair enough. Place it on the table there. And what's with the black and white kitty?
That's Stampy.
Oh, that is a lovely feline. Put her right up there. Okay. All right. And you, miss, the fire is about right. Thank you. That's working beautifully. What else did you have to put up there? Anything?
I got his pipe. He liked the pipe a lot.
Okay, put that down there. Is that a devil on that pipe?
Don't worry about it. Anyways, I also have this cloak.
Oh, that cloak. Okay. That was his cloak?
Yes.
Perfect. Just lay that down on the bottom there. Right.
Okay.
Wait, yeah. Mm-hmm. Perfect.
And I think that's all the stuff of his that I brought.
All of it. Okay. What about you, miss? Did you bring anything?
No. Rafe and Cimarine were in charge of that.
Okay. All right. So, what I'm going to ask you to do, Mr. Rafe, is to unfurl that scroll probably at the foot of this table where his feet would be. Right?
Certainly.
Okay. Now, what I want, I do not know him. I'm not going to stand in this circle. Now, I want you guys to stand on the three sides of this table, the foot and both sides, but close enough where you can hold each other's hands. Go ahead and grab each other's hands. There
Cimarine,
you
you stand at the foot.
Oh, okay.
go. No. It needs to be Rafe. He's reading from the scroll.
Oh, right. Sorry.
So,
I'm over to the
two
left.
ladies on each side. What gentleman doesn't like to come back to two ladies on each side, right? Huh? All right, that one fell flat. All right, we're okay with that. We understand that sometimes they don't always hit. So, what we're saying is, Rafe, I want you to begin reading. And while he begins reading that scroll, at the end, the spell is not done. Each of you need to think of some reason or something you're going to say to him, your friend, to bring him back. A reason that he will know he is needed or wanted or loved that would bring him back. Are you ready? All right, hold each other tight. And the whole time that you guys are doing this and he's reading, you be thinking about how much you care for your friend. I'm going to be over here. At this point, I will only mention that it is in your hands, and I am rooting for all of you.
I want to take just a quick moment to look over at Rafe. Full sincerity. If this doesn't work out, it's okay. I know we're all just doing our best.
Oh, well, it's nice of you to say that. I'm pretty sure that with the scroll, it's almost foolproof.
Just saying, just in case something. Okay, anyways, you're gonna do great.
Thank you.
What level
And-
spell is this?
You told us it's true resurrection, which I believe means
Mhm.
it's a level 8.
It's level 9.
Is
The
it?
resurrection should be level 9.
It is.
Okay, then it's level 9.
So, and what level sorcerer are you?
8.
Excuse me, priest?
Still 8.
8. Okay. You begin commencing the spell.
Sure. Lorem ipsum dolor sit amet.
That is beautiful. I'm glad that you chose that. That actually just made my day hearing you do that. All right. So he begins casting the ritual, and for 10 minutes straight, you're hearing, what sounds like the equivalent of really messed up Latin, mixed with Elvish and other strange things. And as he's doing it, you're seeing light coming off of the scroll and dancing around the table. Not bright light, not overwhelming light, just quiet, yellow and blue, warm light dancing around. And at that, he finishes speaking. Now, one of you must start. Zimmerine, perhaps you should begin. Say what you feel.
Just to give a reason for him to come back. Hi, Carla. Not sure if you can hear me on the other side or whatever. And I'm gonna say it quiet because I don't necessarily want to broadcast to everybody. I don't know if I can do all this without you. We need your strength.
Miss, how would you add to this ritual? And he looks at you, Turja.
Garlo, you died when you saved us all. We'd really like to repay the favor. Please come back.
Lights are pulsing after Sim says things. The lights begin pulsing, and there's more light that appears to be showing up. Rafe, what would you say?
An oath made is an oath upheld. I'm holding up my part of the bargain, Garlo.
I need all of you to make a collective persuasion check. Rafe, you can substitute with the skill of your choice that is wisdom related.
Okay, but persuasion is my highest skill.
Okay, then run with that. Light suddenly multiplies, and an outline, almost familiar, begins to form three-dimensionally right before your eyes. And the light then turns bright white as the yellows and blues mix together. And suddenly the whole room is bright, and you're having to squint. Your eyes are closing, and you can still see the light brightness. You hear a horrendous washing pop as something now takes the place of the air that was before you. And then the light is gone, and you hear a gasping for air as Garlo, pink, naked, and on top of a cloak, has appeared before you. Can I get some Garlo, please? And there he is.
Hi.
Hi.
Welcome back.
Let's get that name tape up. Let's get all of it there. Welcome back. Garlo, you've just taken your first few breaths. You've woken up from whatever heavenly dream you were in. You heard the calling of your friends in your dream, and you've decided that you wished you were there, and you have appeared.
Yeah, I think it's a lot of just immediate like. Oh, oh! I forgot what it was like to breathe. Oh, it's tight.
It's like not even waiting, just throwing self, pulling you into a hug.
Hello. You mind if I get a cloak on first, there, Sam?
I'm sorry. Yeah, of course. Oh my God, you're back.
Just notice one at my feet and just kind of like over the shoulders, like a rescue blanket style. It's like, hey, how's
You
I'm
feel
back.
something warm on your leg. It's furry. It's snuggling.
yeah.
Is it making him smell bad?
It rushes up to your armpit and begins to put its cold pink nose into your chin.
Hey, hello, Stampy. How are you? Oh my God, you've gotten huge. Jesus Christ, what have they been feeding you?
That's not my
of
fault.
course.
It's true. It's more of a sometimes snack. That's okay. And I look at everybody holding this. I look like a kid in a little like disaster thing. I'm just like,
And you see
Um.
Sim and Rafe and Strange Old Man and Turja and Stampy.
hi.
Hi.
Welcome back.
It's good
He's
to see you.
alive!
That's
Oh
Sam.
yes, thanks,
Oh.
Sam.
Hi,
I
Sam.
Master of the obvious. That's me!
What happened? I have so many questions. We probably should get you dressed though. It might be cold outside. It's snowing right now, Garlo.
There's some pocket ham right there, right by your other side of your face there, if you want some.
I mean, it's not in a pocket. It's not really pocket ham. It's just
You don't really have
ham.
pockets right now, do you, naked man?
Yeah, fair. Garlo just like takes it and like tears off a piece for Stampy, and like takes. I think he like it's this weird sensation of just like, it's as he like bites it. It's strange to taste again. Does that make
I hand him
sense?
Sahir's flask. Can I say here? Take a slug of this. It might help.
I mean, I suppose it's technically a brand new liver.
Gotta break it in.
It feels good. It burns going down.
Oh, wow. That's different. Wow, that's been a lot. It's snowing?
Snow.
You can't tell, you're in a basement.
It
It's
said it.
been about
Oh,
how
yeah.
long has it been, Reed? About 6 months?
You went through the end of summer and fall. Well, you finished off fall in Maztiga and winter came early.
Let's say about 4 months. It's been about
Yeah.
4 months since, well, Neverwinter.
And where are we? Besides, looking around at his surroundings at a blood altar and a crazy old man.
Oh, it's a butcher block, and I'm just a temple of. I'm just a priest of Celeborn, helping your friends out.
Okay. Great. Where's Lucy and where's Vale at?
Oh.
Luciano is fine. He's here
Yeah,
in
he's
Waterdeep. We're in Waterdeep, by the way.
All right. Made it back to Waterdeep. That's nice.
Been all over.
Oh yeah,
We
Uh-huh.
went to Maztica.
the place with the beans.
With the
And
what?
more.
With the beans.
The Banes?
The beans. The place that has the
Oh, the beans! The
the bean
beans.
juice.
Yes, it was lovely to have it. It's so easily available, but that was not really the main feature. The fringe benefit was not worth the drawbacks.
But I love to hear about it. Preferably after I've had some trousers.
Yes. Clothing. Did we
Well,
bring any clothing?
Did you guys bring any clothing? Go ahead and get it on him right now.
Got that cloak. It looks nice.
We might
I-
want something else.
It's just Garlo like holding it
You
close
guys
in front.
didn't
It's
bring
not.
any. Did you think he was gonna come back with clothes?
I don't know how magic works. Leave me
Yes.
alone.
Only those done by Lathander, and they come back with the most ridiculous robes. It's just like he hands them out, like all white all the time.
Do I have those Temple of Agua robes still on me? I can give him those.
You do have a backpack with those in there.
Yeah. I say, here, try these.
They're big on you, and in some cases they're a little tight right here because you're you're pretty stocky gnome. Like you're a beefcake gnome.
I'm a
Yeah.
square.
Yeah.
Great. And just like Garlo's just essentially
Just roll
like,
up.
tied off pants, roped around waist, and just I'd love to hear about what's happened.
What happened
I
to
think
you?
it's-
Where were you?
It's hard to explain. How about a pint, and we can share all of our travels.
If I may, you have to understand he's been through quite a shock, and even though his body is brand new, he is still going to need a day or two to get used to it. Kind of, work out the kinks, if you will. It also is a shock to the system mentally and emotionally. Give him a little time. Don't hit him with everything all at once, and vice versa. Don't try to tell him everything about what you've done all at once. Give him some time, and more importantly, give him that pint. Maybe two.
Garlo's just like looking off to the side for a second. It's like, has anyone? Has my blood always been so loud? That's weird, right? You could. I forgot what it sounds like. What is this? Sorry. Yeah, it'll take a minute. Drink. How about drink?
Drink.
Right. Well, you can have a pint on me upstairs, or you can make it your way back to anywhere you wish. I just need to know what you want to do, because we need to clear out so the house ma'am can make dinner. And you're on her table.
Let's go back home.
Oh, that's nice, Tertia.
Sure.
That you guys step upstairs to a naked but cloak wrapped and robe wrapped Garlo.
As everyone else is getting ready to leave, I'm going to pull out 15 gold and hand it to Sam and say, consider this a donation.
We shall put it to good use. The street urchins are going to need some food in this wintry cold.
If it becomes desperate, come find me. I give him the address of WMD, or leave a message for me, and we'll figure something out.
You are most kind, priest. You will go far.
No, you are most kind to have assisted us. This is hard work. Couldn't have done it without you. Thank you.
You did the work, sir. I just helped you with some finer tweaking. Best of luck.
To you as well,
If
sir.
you just go down the street about one block, there should be some drays. They work 24/7 on that corner. And sure enough, you guys step out into a cold, blustery wind, and you get on a dray, and you make your way back to the Happy Axebeak and West Mercantile Diversified, where you step out into 8 inches of snow. And do you go to the Happy Axebeak, or do you go to West Mercantile Diversified first? It's your call.
WMD first.
Okay.
Garlo needs proper pants at least.
Stepping into the door. We're going to take a short break, and we're going to come right back in 10 minutes. And we're back. And you'll notice the Dungeon Master is dressed a little bit differently because my body has suddenly gotten extremely cold, even though it's like 80 something degrees outside right now here in beautiful DC, Virginia area. Where we last left off, the party had just arrived at West Mercantile Diversified, going up the stairs where they showed Garlo his new room. And over the next few days, the party reconnects a little bit, if you will, as Garlo expresses kinds of the things that happened in his dreamlike state or whatever it was on the other side to them, which isn't completely clear. It's just more like feelings or things like that. Whatever those memories were, they didn't exactly come back completely with you. They may flash back over some time, but there's kind of still that shockwave effect of coming back into the material plane in a new body with your soul. They, go ahead and open the gear lockers up for you, Garlo, and you're able to replace most of your mundane gear with no problems. Yeah, obviously, if you don't have it and it's magical, you don't got it. But did somebody give him back his glaive, or are they playing dumb with that?
Should be in the bag of holding.
Okay, so they give you back your glaive, I'm assuming? Okay.
I don't think we're holding back anything.
Your pipe, everything else that you had that was around, and I think there was the little chest that you had that had the letter and stuff in it. They tell you about the young lady who came looking for you at the establishment from Neverwinter. You do remember. What else do you guys talk about during the first, 4 days, 5 days that you're there? Anything you want to make sure he knows? Garlo, is there anything you want to make sure your character wants to ask about?
I mean, curious 1,000% about why we seem to be lacking members. Definitely curious where about all their travels, 1,000%, but also just where's Lucy and where's Vale?
I think it depends on when this gets asked. If we're having a nice drink, I think Sam gets very quiet about it. I'm not sure what edition of the story gets told about what happens between Rafe and Tertia.
Oh, you're muted, man.
Sorry, between Rafe and Turja? What?
Just explaining about what happened between Vale, Lucy.
Well, let's assume you're all in the library having a cordial.
Lucy went to Bard School. What is there to explain?
There might have been a reason he went to Bard School. I'm just saying he did get to do this band thing. But also, there was an upset.
Oh, yes. Luciana made a deal with the devil.
To save us.
I personally have my doubts about that particular assertion.
Has a lot of
What do you
faith.
mean you have? What do you mean you have doubts? You mean devil? You mean the Scrack?
Let's just say that the smaller one represents a bigger one,
Okay.
like an
Cackadack.
attorney.
He made a deal with Scrack. Okay, so then what?
Cackadack.
Cackadack.
Yeah.
So, I mean, he offered deals to all of us. I mean, I had a contract.
Yes, but not all of us murdered somebody and stole his soul for the forces of hell in order to pay off said deal.
Yeah, in Luciano's defense, he was trying to kill Luciano.
Because he made a deal with the devil.
And Vale, who didn't make a deal with the devil.
Well, we were defending
I
the guy who
feel-
made a deal with the devil.
I feel like he would have attacked Luciano either way, given that Luciano, horns.
Well, we don't know that. I'm not defending him. I'm just saying we
No,
had him
we-
down. He was...
We do know that since he did that to Vale, who is clearly not a vampire. Even if he kind of looks like one.
I'm confused. What? So he sold his soul. He made a deal, and then he killed someone and took a soul, and so then what? He became like demonic, or there was a what happened?
Part of the bargain is that he could get free of the deal if he captures so many souls or something. So this guy was fighting us. Apparently his soul was real juicy or whatever. And admittedly, Lucy did go a little about it. But also, this guy was really trying to kill him. So sounds like he kind of got overtaken with emotion, really murdered this guy who was tied up. And then in response, Lucy got tied up by Terja and Vale.
What?
Yeah, that was the immediate response. Was to tie up Lucy.
Was he threatening other people?
No, he was crying. Pointed glare.
Why
No,
was he
he's-
tied?
Just in over his head in the moment.
But why was he tied? He's Lucy. He's our
Lucy, the
friend.
man who just stole somebody's soul for hell and eternal torment.
Lucy.
I wanted to make a bit of an impression on him not to do that again.
I'm sorry, what? Lucy, the man who shed blood for you? Lucy, the man who's gone to bat for us?
That's the only reason I left him still alive, frankly.
Say that again, Terja.
Sorry, didn't mean to laugh. I know it's bad out of character.
100%.
Yeah. There are some things you can't do. I can't overlook them because I like the guy who did them.
Can't turn your back on the people who are watching it, Terja.
Is he
And
still
what you do during
alive?
this, Rafe?
I didn't get involved. Mostly because I didn't think escalating the conflict would be helpful. It turns out that it helped me de-escalate it later, so...
So you stayed on the sidelines again? Have you just kind of back and forth between Terja and Rafe? What? I don't understand. Lucy's your friend.
And he's still alive. And he's
That's-
fine. Do you see me pursuing him to wreak horrible vengeance?
No, I see him being chased off, is what I see, Terja.
I didn't tell him to leave. I didn't even know about the Bard College offer. I wasn't there when it was made.
It hardly seems like it was a warm setting to be in, does it?
Well, what was I supposed to do? Give him Mastika bean juice and cookies and tell him good job? You just murdered someone and stole his soul?
Why don't you try helping? He was obviously in over his head, like Rafe said. Something happened, and he, in a moment of weakness, crying, instead of helping, you tied him up. Does that sound like a warm, friendly thing to do?
You didn't see
Is
his
that-
behavior afterward. He wasn't repentant.
What? And what's your excuse? You saw him, what, as a threat?
Well, frankly, yes.
In what way?
Who knows what else Kakadak's going to ask him for next? Maybe he thinks that your soul would be really nice to have, or mine, or Cimmerine's, or Rafe's.
Has the werewolf part come up yet?
No, we haven't even gotten there yet.
And you think, because it sounds like he made a deal because he was scared. So the thing to do might be to help him in that situation?
Val offered him help before he left. So did I. He didn't accept it.
Okay, and what was it?
If you want help, you can come back. We're here.
He can come back.
What was I supposed to say? He's required to come back?
That he shouldn't have left. He can come back. He should be back. He
Then
is
go
here.
talk to him. He's not like he went to Maztica. He's down the street.
He's not here, Turja.
He didn't
Where he's
make an
supposed to be.
epic journey 1,000 leagues away. He's down in the... Where is Bard's school, anyway?
Silvery Moon.
He's in... Wait, I thought he was still here in Waterdeep.
It's in
No.
Waterdeep, but it's
Oh, is the college in Waterdeep?
yeah, the all half elf boy band for Riz, as they're called, has gone on to Silvery Moon.
Okay.
So what ward is the Bard College in?
You didn't ask.
Okay. Well, whatever ward the Bard College is in, you can take a dray. You can go there. You'll be there in an hour. You want to talk to Lucy and then bring him back? Fine. Go talk to Lucy and bring him back.
Oh, please don't send him out by himself. He just got resurrected.
It's not about me bringing him back, Turja. I'll
Well,
see
he
him,
doesn't
but
really like me right now, so I don't think my visiting him is going to be terribly effective.
I'm disappointed. I think that is the best way to say it. And I expected so much more out of you, Turja, and you, Rafe. You didn't escalate it, but you didn't stop. They were tying up a member of your party.
They were about to come to blows. Which is exactly why I chose not to take a side and to attempt to mediate a resolution. Clearly,
That's right. Describe cowardice as prudence and restraint. Go ahead, Rafe. Distance yourself again.
in this case, it was prudent to remain neutral and see what was going on, and then convince you to not talk about it for the rest of the trip.
There's
I think Mike's
A
in the
lot-
chat. And the chat's like snarky a little bit. I'm sorry, guys. I just saw some stuff in there and I'm thinking, is that Mike? I think that's Mike.
It's still in pieces for me about everything that I've gone through. It's your soul isn't just some piece that's on the other side away from everything. It's the bonds that we make here reach through the other side. They are intangible on this side, but they are realer than anything over there. It is about trust and forging those bonds. It's not too late to reforge. All right then. I will talk to Lucy about this. I think Garlo just kind of puts his cordial down and walks out of the library. So,
leaving the rest of you there. You walk out of the library and you see Terry coming with another decanter and a couple small glasses. Master Garlo, it's always good to see you back.
hey Terry.
I
Good to
never
see you
thought
too, mate.
I'd actually see somebody come back the way you have, sir.
I will entirely admit, also didn't think I'd be back on this side. It is it's a rare sort of thing to happen. I mean, you hear word about it over there sometimes, but it's just like not really.
Yeah.
It's magic.
It is. And I just wanted to thank you. I wouldn't have this job if it wasn't for you. You told me where to go and where to get it, and, well, you've made a difference to me, and I'm just glad to hopefully repay it a little bit. This is the best job I've ever had. I don't get much sleep, and they ask me to do things that scare the absolute living hell out of me, but every day is different, and they pay me well, and I wouldn't have been this way if it's not for you.
Hey, I simply made an introduction. I just pointed you in the right way. I mean, you're coming up in the world, Terry. I mean, this is a nice establishment to be part of. Hey, Gherkin's fun, right? He's still fun.
Absolutely, and a fine teacher, especially in the written arts. But he's also an amazing cook. I've learned to make bechamels and cinnamon rolls and donuts and pastries and various meats, and of course, brewing the most excellent cup of mantique and bean juice this side of Toril.
I'm going to need, obviously, since I've been away, I'm going to need updates on your skills, so I will need that spread of all those things you just said ready by tomorrow. So I
Tomorrow
can
morning,
taste
sir?
them. Yep, so I can taste them personally, of course, obviously.
It'd be an honor to make it for you, sir.
But do me a favor,
Yeah.
bring that decanter in there and tell Sim to come out. But be discreet about it.
Certainly. Well, you have a wonderful day, sir.
Okay.
He continues down the hall. Yeah, the three of you are in the room. He brings in the decanter. He places it in there. He pours a cup for Turja. He pours a cup for Rafe. He pours a cup for Sim. Oh, so sorry, Miss Sim. I almost dropped it. Go see him in his room. And then hands you the cup.
Hey, does Terry have to roll a stealth check for that?
Nah,
Stealth
he's
check for what?
obviously higher level than us.
Terry's a professional.
There's
Okay,
actually
That's
level
okay.
personal
20.
training from Gherkin.
What? Do you think butlers are stupid? No. We are extremely skilled in passing messages to the lords and ladies for which they serve. And when he passes you a message, you'll be lucky that the others don't hear it when it's to you. So there. And he steps out. I have some baked peaches coming out. They were kept in the cooler. Perfect with some warm caramel sauce made just for today's cold, wintry day. And of course, there will always be soup stock ready to go, a soup stew, chicken, actually, should you be interested.
I should probably go check that for poison and push away from the table and leave abruptly.
I stare at
He just
Cimarine
looks
as
at
he
both
says
of you and
that.
goes, I swear it's not poisoned.
I say, don't worry, Terry. We would only suspect Ren of poisoning it, not you.
Fair. That's fair. I mean, I doubt he'd do it in his own house. But I mean, You never know. And sometimes they test things on me.
What?
Yes.
Like what?
One time I was asleep for 2 days straight.
Did they ask permission first?
No, but they did show me how to make it.
And you're okay
After.
with this?
They pay me well. I mean, no other place pays me a gold piece a day. And trains me on all these nifty things I can do.
It's your life, Terry.
No, it's actually yours. You see, I'm writing your paperwork with the oversight of Gherkin to make you the new person. We just need the name, really. We've already got most of the forms built. You haven't given us a name, so unless you want us to, mess that up.
I need to think about it a little more. Sorry. It's not like we've been
It's
doing
been
anything.
4 days.
And I need to think about it for another day or two. It's a name, Terry. It's hard to. It's Suri. You understand, right?
You
Wait,
understand
Suri,
there's stamps and filings and dates, and we have to make sure they're perfectly aligned, because if they're not...
All right. Come back in an hour.
It's almost as if you're a noble or something.
I sort of wince when he says that, but I don't say anything.
And with that, Sim steps over to Garlo's room.
King Hedden. Hey, buddy. How you
Morning.
feeling?
Good. Better. Feels, that rigor mortis set in pretty hard, but it feels better now. Muscles are looser, which is great.
I was a little curious about that because, I mean, you were blown to smithereens. I wasn't sure how that would affect you coming back. Glad that you're all in one piece now.
Yeah, I mean, I was beside myself for a while there, but then, when the pieces got put back together, it worked out all right. I just wanted to say something. What I mentioned down there about, the bonds we make, being more real on the other side. It's foggy in my memories. They're not back yet, but, I remember you. I remember, your voice. And, hearing your voice when I was over there.
You heard the stories. See, I had your bear, and I don't know, it was the closest thing I had to you, so it was like talking to you, so I talked to your bear a lot. I'm glad you heard.
I can't remember a lot or most of it, but it's just, it's hard over there. It's, you see, but not with your eyes, and you can hear, but not with your ears. It's hard to keep yourself together, but, that bond helped me stay me. And so, thanks, Sam. And I just hug you, like, around the knees.
Nice little hug back. You would have done the same for me, I'm sure, so it's fine, we're even.
There's one other thing, though.
Yeah, of course. Anything, darling.
I do remember some things, and while I was there in the minutia trying to find something, I looked for your brother.
Oh.
And I couldn't find him.
Oh. Oh, okay.
want to explain why that's important, because that may be a little still vague.
He's not there, which means he hasn't crossed.
Okay. Okay. Okay, so he's alive. Which means he's still going through whatever she has him going through.
Sim, you haven't broken your promise. There's time.
We gotta take care of that like super soon. Oh my god. Okay, yeah, no, thank you for checking. You didn't have to check. Oh my god, you were dead and you were checking on my brother? Carlo!
Yeah, you were keeping me kind of bound together, so it seemed like the least I could do.
Stop it, Carlo, whatever. I'm just another hug. As I'm trying to keep my stuff together in that moment. Thank you, girl.
Yeah. I like hugging her and I say, we'll get him back. Remember we gotta get stronger, right? And just kind of like do the like nudge. Said, you haven't been slacking on your training since I've been away, have you?
No! Oh my gosh, I have stuff to show you. It's really cool what I can do. Okay, but like you're
A
still
few more days.
fragile.
Pick something up.
I just worry. I'm so strong now. I don't want to hurt you.
Oh, well, threatening a mostly dead man. It's pretty brave of you, I suppose, but...
I'm just being honest, and that I could probably maybe take you at this point.
Oh, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's something. I'd love to see it happen. I just remember previous training sessions and it not going that way.
You said yourself that things are foggy in the afterlife or whatever,
right,
so you
sure.
you probably just don't remember how strong I was beforehand. Ask anybody, I'm sure they will for sure tell you the truth. If not, they're liars.
Understood. Can't wait to see. How about another day or two till I have my full faculties, and then how about some sparring?
I'll show you what for, and just like a little knock to your face. Okay. I'm sure Lucy's stuff's gonna be fine too, by the way. It wasn't fair that you didn't know, and I think we've talked about it enough, and I'm leaving now. Okay, bye. Just try to skirt out the door.
Still has not heard about the werewolf part. That's the best part about this. I can't wait for that to come out.
Great.
Garlo thinks about it and is like, I wonder if they kept the werewolf head that I cut off all the while ago. They probably had it stuffed, right? It was my favorite trophy. It was the one trophy that Garlo had to keep in his whole existence.
Yeah. It's got to be somewhere, right? You should ask about that maybe tomorrow or the next day.
Probably in one of these rooms.
Rafe and Turja, is there anything else you guys are talking about before you go to bed?
Turja's plans, like when she's actually going to get around to getting a new identity. Sorry. Yes. So, Turja, I assume you're going to engage Gherkin to get a new identity. How fast do you think you'll be returning to us?
As soon as possible.
Oh, okay. I wasn't sure. You've been so busy at the Temple of Ogma. I thought you might have more that you wanted to look into before you came back.
No, that's everything. Everything I can think of to look into, I have. It's just... So, there were two main possibilities, I think, for what happened to Sahir. Either, well, three, but if he's dead, there's nothing I can do for him now. So either he was taken by the Xantarim and this Manchun character, in which case I don't know where he is and I need to find him, or he maybe since I've been thinking since what happened to me that if they did want to just kill him, well, they probably would have done it in a noisy way. They clearly don't care. They were willing to murder a Waterdovian noble. That takes a lot of chutzpah, I suppose you could say. So the fact that we haven't seen any news that indicates he's dead might indicate that, and we have the evidence of the letter where he knew someone was following him. Perhaps he disappeared before he could be taken. In which case, perhaps the letter he left me was a clue. In which case, perhaps he was in this library, this Graven Hollow place that he mentioned in the letter.
And do you have any idea where this Graven Hollow lies?
In the Underdark. Apparently, if you're meant to find it, you will.
Oh, okay. One of those fate and destiny things. All right. Well, can't do
Sorry
anything
to
about that.
interrupt.
Hmm.
Hello.
Oh,
Couldn't help but overhear you mention Graven Hollow.
come in, Ben. Join us.
Fritz now.
By all means.
Rin.
Well,
Here's the thing about Graven Hollow. I've been there. Here's the other thing about Graven Hollow. I've seen you there. Why do you think I hired you?
What?
Yes. See, I know at some point you're going to be there. The only reason I know that is Graven Hollow is a magical place, and
The
your
echoes of the
ghosts
future
or
and the
apparitions
past.
or whatever the hell it is they call them are there. At least most of you. But Rafe, you're
interesting.
certainly there. Turja's certainly there. Sim was certainly there. And Garlo was certainly there.
What about Luciana?
I don't remember, to be fair.
I assume that at some point, Vale will be there, being who he is, what he is.
It is highly likely, but I never saw it. What was strange, though, is I assumed at some point you had already been there, because I didn't think Garlo was to die.
Well,
So,
that
some
particular
point-
loophole is closed now.
you're going to go there and you're going to find it, I hope. Otherwise, someone who looks just like you is running around.
Well,
Anyway, I just came back in, and I happened to be checking in, and I heard you guys talking. Well, ta-da! Now you know something.
no, as I said, it's one of those fate things. If it happens, it happens. When it happens, it happens.
Right. Well, anyway. Best of luck. I'm about to go out on town.
Wait! How did you
Hmm?
get to Graven Hollow?
Simple. I was meant to find it.
Could you be perhaps a bit more specific about the mechanics of how you were meant to find it?
No, that would definitely make things harder for us.
Well, I
Harder.
can tell you this. I didn't know I was going to find it. My body was dumped down a big hole, my dead body, and the bearsiness made it not dead. And I've lived with that ever since, and everything that's come with it. Painfully
Right.
so.
Anything that's fated becomes more difficult the more you know about it.
Okay. If
Just
it's
one of
fated,
those
it's
religion
fated
things.
regardless of what you know about it, right?
Well,
Just makes your ability to change it harder.
for perspective, you had to die to get there. I certainly hope that's not true of all of us.
It's not so bad.
I didn't even know I was going to go there until I was there. Now, cool things have been found there, and watch out for the basilisk. There is one. Yeah,
Western or Eastern?
petrifying one.
Yes, Western or Eastern.
I didn't look at it to find out.
Oh, so you no idea if it was a bird or a lizard.
Is this
Oh,
like that
lizard.
debate about
Definitely a
African
lizard, but I don't
swallows
know what
versus
that
European
is.
swallows?
Ah,
That-
yes.
mhm.
Yeah.
Yes, it was fully
All
laden.
right.
Yes. Are you talking about the cockatrice?
Hmm.
Never mind.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Basilisk, cockatrice,
Yeah.
Closely related.
Yes, yes. Nonetheless, I think you have a better than average chance of actually finding it, should you need to go look for it. But I don't know that I would go out in this weather for the next month or two to do that.
The longer we wait, the longer it takes us to find Sahir. If we can find Sahir, every minute is a minute he could die. We can't just hold back because the weather's bad.
You're a local. You should understand how hard it is to leave this city once the snow has started.
I mean, unless
I
you have...
didn't mean Gravenhollow. I meant going out about inside Waterdeep.
Oh, you can run around Waterdeep all day long. I mean, that's reasonable inside the walls. I mean, even just outside the walls, if you're going to the farms, is difficult, but not impossible. But long treks past that,
right.
That is not something for the faint of heart.
One other point while you're here, Ren. She's concerned that multiple Manshoons are in play, and one of them may have targeted someone close to her. Not her, and also not responsible necessarily for the firebolt carriage, but maybe. Do you have anyone in the city who has eyes on the Centaurum?
Well, me.
I meant besides you. You're busy.
No,
well,
by all means, brother,
it's-
darling, tell me what you know.
Oh, now it's Brother Darling. I see. Is this common with her? Is she always about, what, and I don't need you, get away, when I do need you, Brother Darling? Is that how this works? Perhaps you should maybe not pendulum swing quite so much.
To be
Look,
fair, you're not often actually here.
To be fair, that's because I'm busy with eyes on the Centaurum.
All right.
Slowly, one at a time, but sometimes 5 or 6 at a time. But the gist of it is yeah, I know where a few of them are. What are you trying to do? Because it's not just about finding them; it's about what you're trying to do with them.
Oh, well, I kind of assumed that you were going to kill the Manshoons, Terja. Is that not correct?
That might be a tall order. I think his first priority is to make sure Sahir is alive and get him free, if the Zentarum do have him.
To be
Preferably
fair,
without confronting deadly, dangerous millennial old wizards.
I mean, to be fair, the Manshoon is no small figure. He's legendary in his destructiveness and ability. But, I mean, he's only murdered entire cities before. At his rule, when it was at his height, he... Well, to be fair, I've never had to deal with him. Best of luck. If you're trying to find him, you need to find the ones that have tattoos like him, because the factions are clearly growing. They're the anti-Manshoons, which are the pro-Paragosts, and then there's the pro-Manshoons, which are the anti-Paragosts.
What does the tattoo look like? The Pro-Manshoon tattoo?
This is the one that you showed me a picture of. It has the giant M that looked like wings on a snake. Like a big MS with a snake's head at the top of the S.
I wasn't sure. I knew that image, but I wasn't sure it was the right one. Thank you.
Oh, that's the one. That's the Manshoon tattoo.
Now
The rest of them are not quite so M and S.
I didn't realize it was an M and an S. I thought it was a winged snake.
It is, with a play on the M and the S.
I wasn't looking for that.
Well, now you are. So, anyway, best of luck. Your best bet to find the pro-Manshoons? Become bait. Let them find you. Interrogate the hell out of one of them if you're lucky. Because the ones that are most visible are not pro-Manshoon. Fair enough?
You've been most helpful. Thank you.
Good. Now I've got an appointment at an alchemist supply shop. Best of luck.
And
Oh, real quick. Have any of you been in my alchemy lab recently?
No.
Jinx.
I'm missing I think at least one vial of acid, and I haven't been able to find it. And I'll just have to pick up another when I go to the supply shop. But I could have swore I left it in that lab. But
Perhaps
look,
your past death interfered with your memory.
I sincerely doubt it. But stranger things have happened. I mean, like, part of the reason I'm the way I am is someone took a very hard object to my very soft head. So, best of luck. I'm out of here, and I need to go. Bye-bye. And you see him just basically use that as an excuse to dart out.
I look at Rafe and I say, all of my born family are infuriating, and now I'm acquiring family members, and they're infuriating too. It must be something about the family.
I'm not sure what it could be. Oh, before I forget, best not to speak of the Zentarum or Manchun anywhere that you cannot be sure you can't be overheard. And unless you really do want to be targeted by them, in which case, have at.
Well, I certainly don't want to be targeted them in a time and place not of my choosing, so...
Now, I think we've given them plenty of time to have whatever conversation they wanted to have in private. Let's go find them.
I shrug and follow Rafe out.
It is late. You two step out. All right. Sim and Gerlo. Now, Sim, did you leave Gerlo's room?
I did.
Where did you go?
That's a great question. It's late. I probably would have headed back down.
Brand's alchemy lab.
Gotta steal
Don't
some
encourage
acid.
her. Don't encourage her. I actually have to keep track of that inventory.
No, I think probably making my own exit and halfway down the hall. I don't know where I'm going. And then head back downstairs to where everyone else is.
Okay.
Oh,
Head downstairs.
has Garlo retired for the evening?
If he's not behind me, then yeah, probably.
Well, if he is behind you, I can't see him because you're too tall.
He is
So-
very small.
He is also very wide. In a good way.
Spin around. I don't think he followed. If you need to talk to him, he's, I'm sure, amenable.
No, I think it's probably time for a final drink and to turn in.
Sounds like a plan. Tomorrow's a new day, after all.
So
Yes.
you two grab a quick drink in your rooms, or in your room, both of you, and rack out for the night. Turja, do you drink yourself to sleep in the chair? Or do you
No.
do something else?
Nobody's dying, or nobody's died, so no.
Okay.
Also, nobody drugged me tonight, so no.
Fair.
Yeah.
Fair. So what are you doing?
Going to bed.
Okay. You
Yeah.
have dreams of figuring out what your name will be and what your background will be that is going to be as part of your cover story. You awake the next morning. You have breakfast. Garlo has a sumptuous feast.
Mhm.
Everything
and
you wish
it's
it was.
very much a Great British Bake Off style judging.
Oh,
It's like,
yeah.
that's a good chroma on that one. Yep. Except then it's like,
Take a sip.
it's the tasting bite. It's like, yes, very good. And then the whole thing goes in the mouth. Ugh.
And Terry's there watching, like, he likes it. He likes it. He really likes it. He said the crust on the croissants were flaky. Yes.
Girl grabs like a cream puff. There, Terry. Cream puffs are nowhere to skimp on the whipped cream. It's probably already like 3 inches tall, but it's like, don't skimp on it. Ah.
Never for you, sir. Never.
Oh, how delightful, Terry. Well done.
Oh, and he's standing in the door, and all of you can just see Garlo in bed, tray set out, and he's just shoveling it in with the tasting bite and then the shovel, the tasting bite and then the shovel. Do you have your
Garlo-
pinky out for the tasting bite?
Oh, of course. Well, and it's with the small fork. It's
Oh,
like, so
or
left
whenever
hand,
possible, the
small fork,
small
pinky
fork, yeah.
out,
Mhm.
and then right hand paw.
Okay.
Uh,
Okay.
Garlo, when you're finished, we'll be downstairs. Maybe in the kitchen, maybe in the sitting room.
Well. Go bring all the fat. Mouth.
Excellent. Can't wait.
So
Yeah.
with that, you guys gather around. It's late morning.
I think I
There's a
wouldn't
knock
mind.
at the front door.
Carlo answers.
Oh, yes, I suppose we should answer.
A young
But I do
lad,
have an appointment later.
a young lad in reasonably nice clothes has trudged through the foot of snow that is out. That is shoveled. I mean, a lot of the walkways in the streets are still shoveled every night, but nonetheless, it is a fight against winter, and winter is winning. He hands over an envelope. It says to Simmery, and he bows and curtsies, sticks a hand.
Garlo, sorry, hold on, and just like, the pulls out of his pocket, one of the pastries from Terry, that he had snuck away, just puts it in there. It's like a scone.
Seeing this, I'll walk over and put a silver piece in the kid's hand.
Thank you, sir. Thank
Yes.
you, sir.
Have a good day.
Steps away.
The craisins are delicious.
And he's got a little envelope.
Sim, you got mail?
I've got mail. I wonder who wrote me. Gimme.
You see
Okay.
your name on the front. You flip the envelope over. Brannigan and Sarah Lee. Smiths.
Tear it open.
Dear Simmery, great news. Your implement has been completed a day early. Call it inspiration for a good cause. Please come pick it up at your earliest convenience. Much respect, Sarah Lee. And then you see written in a slightly harsher tone, and Brannigan too.
I have to go. I have some friends I need to go see. Okay. And like just gonna start in the store, like trying to grab my like cloak and like the warm clothes and just get ready to leave.
Is it a solo trip?
Do you want to come?
Yeah, I've been cooped up in this house for a week.
Hey, if you guys want to come too, by all means. I have to go pick up something. Some very dear friends made it for me.
Well, that doesn't sound dangerous at all.
Why would it be?
Yeah,
I gotta go like now.
Garlo,
Is it just the two of you going?
come on. We've been cooped up in here for a while now. Wouldn't hurt to get out for just a bit.
I guess so. Maybe. I do kind of want to see what kind of dangerous things she's dug up.
I was left
Georgia?
unattended with a lot of money.
Okay.
Neat.
Well, that's a very good thing to know.
We are all
Georgia?
still alive, so that's a plus.
Berger, are you going?
Yeah, yes.
Ah! Miss
That
Nighthawk?
seems an excessive reaction.
No. What is your name going to be?
Oh right, name Raven
Ooh, Raven. Good name.
Raven what?
Pendleton.
Raven Pendleton.
Okay. I like the vibe. Good name, Tertia. I mean, Raven.
And
Thank
where
you.
are you from, Raven Pendleton?
Neverwinter.
No. And what is your business in Waterdeep?
Traveling to visit family.
Do you live here? Do you want
I said
to live
traveling to visit family. So
here?
no,
So
like
you're here as a visitor.
yes.
So you do understand if you visit here for longer than 30 days, you become a resident and you must file paperwork. It is easier to file that paperwork now than it is to wait 30 days and then file it later.
Oh, fair enough. I came to sell water clocks in the North Ward.
Very well.
Selling water. Selling
Do you have
water
any
clocks?
water clocks to sell?
No, but you said I couldn't. You said I couldn't. You didn't like it when I said I was visiting family.
Yes, and I don't like it when you're saying you're selling something you don't have anything of to sell.
Well, Tarja, do we
What?
still have all those clothes? Did you ever sell them?
We did actually. We should probably cut you in on some of the proceeds from that. Actually, let's see. I work here as an accountant for a minor merchant.
An accountant.
Here at West Mercantile Diversified.
Yes, I'm a bookkeeper. Second assistant bookkeeper.
That's perfect. We'll go with that. Second assistant bookkeeper. And I like the way you really would pointed that out. Perfect, perfect. Raven Pendleton, bookkeeper. Yes.
I look at Sim. I'm like, bookkeeper. That's so Raven.
I gotta go. This was nice. I gotta.
And
I'm back.
Farrell, out the door you go. All right. So you guys start heading out the door.
Yep.
You make your way
Garlo
through
is
the
fighting. It's like a foot deep of snow, right? It's
Oh,
a third of
man,
his body.
You are, but it's not fighting for you. It's more like rabbit. And
My
luckily
rod.
you pointlessly tall Rafe, Sim, and they're kind of buckling down some snow here and there. And then there's areas that have been cleared, and you're just like, yeah, this is great, and everything else that goes with it. And you arrive after some twists and turns and some jumping over some icy spots. And you literally have gone out to one spot where you just see a wizard just literally out there with like firebolt. Hey, look, I can cast this as much as I want. And it's melting snow off a sidewalk. To the bemusement of many children who are like, yeah. There is a couple different areas closer to the some mini markets that have shown up that are selling, like hot buttered rum and some other things. And you guys, of course, scoop some up on the way. But then you finally turn the corner, walk down a few blocks, and there it is on the left. Brennigans and Sarah Lee's. Weaponsmiths, forgers, and arcanists.
These are friends of yours.
Huh?
These are friends of yours.
Very dear friends. They did me a wonderful favor that I paid 1,000 gold for. Okay.
Ding ding. You go in. Tommy! Keep that fire hot! Oh! You made it.
Hello. Yes, I did. Oh my gosh, I can't wait to see what you all did.
Cimarine,
Yes.
I have to say, this was actually a treat to do.
Really?
Yes. Researching the Sylvan to get it etched in there, my wife has never been happier.
A gift both sides.
Sarah! Cimarine's here! Oh! You just hear it from above. And then a few moments later, lightly and lithely down the stairs comes Sarah Lee.
So nice
Young
to
lady
see
of the
you.
hour.
It's
You came
me.
right away.
I did. I'm so excited.
That proves that you really want to do good with it.
So much good.
Yes.
Wow.
Well, you're going to love your axe. It's massive.
Yeah.
Here it is. And she hands you a bracelet.
It's so pretty.
Put it on. Put it on. Put it on.
Garlo
But-
looks over at Rafe. I think she's been swindled.
Oh, yeah. If she's happy, she's happy. Who cares?
Wait, it's $1,000. There's 1,000 gold for a dangle.
Well,
I put it on my not bark hand.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And admire it. Okay, how's it work? How do I do
And
it?
it literally goes and fits. Now, all you have to do to activate is just put your hand forward like you're gonna go. Don't, not at me.
Oh, sorry,
Over
sorry.
there, over there.
Yeah,
Thank you. And just say, I'm gonna kill you with kindness in Sylvan.
Sweet. Okay. And I say it, and it sounds real pretty with like.
And as you
Anyway.
come forward, the bracelet disappears and into your hand. The haft appears, the blade shoots up and out. And a massive great axe is in your hand. It is stylized. Not only is a great axe, not only is it beautiful, but there is etched within the blade a few pieces of red and green and purple glass specks. That it doesn't take away from the strength of the blade. It's purely aesthetic. And then etched in is some words in Sylvan that you don't quite understand. But even better, it is matching an elvish style that you only remember from your childhood. Remember that diplomatic group of elves that the whole city was talking about?
Uh-huh.
Well, their guards were carrying these axes that look just like this, minus the glass and the cool bracelet functionality. But I took a look at theirs, and we were able to match it. And for some reason, that pattern naturally takes some arcane benefit.
So you went the extra mile on this. My goodness. Start patting my person. How much do people tip you usually?
Whatever they think is fair.
Sweet, awesome. Just like 100 more gold on the table.
Well, thank you so much. That's very kind of you.
This is amazing. What beautiful work. Garlo, look at it.
I see it. Rafe, I don't think she's been swindled no more. Why?
Well, we could tell she
you
wasn't
sure,
some
Garlo?
noble prick trying to just get something fancy.
I will defend and revenge for my friend, and he will appreciate this so much. Thank you. How do I make it go back?
Just
Same
say,
thing, reverse.
no, you just hold it and go kindness granted and pull it back, and it snaps
Kindness
into the bracelet.
Ah, it's so cool.
Mm-hmm.
Money well spent. I'm going to go over and give them both a big hug.
Brannigan looks stiff. He's not sure how to take this.
That's fine.
Sarah just wraps you and says, now go. Kill some people with kindness.
So many people with kindness. You have no idea. Okay. Okay. So stoked.
And then come tell us stories about it.
So many stories. I promise. I will be. Oh my gosh! I owe someone a teddy bear. I owe you stories. I owe someone else a teddy bear. There's a lot happening here, but I promise it'll all be paid out.
Oh, I just love her. Yes, honey. I know.
If you guys want anything magic, clearly they do good work. Just saying. Great business, great opportunity. Just saying, they're right here.
I mean, supporting local businesses is important. I mean, it's the kind of carry you get in this sort of, it's worth every penny.
Well, we probably shouldn't take up more of their time. Is there anything else you want to go do? Rafe, you had an appointment? Can we come?
It will be very boring. It involves priests.
Oh, I don't enjoy that as much. I mean, if you want the moral support, though.
No, I really don't think I do.
Okay.
Do you have your, you need to test out, killing with kindness?
I can't
And
kill
Garlo
you, but
just,
yes.
Garlo just cracks his neck. Yeah. He's taking, bigger trolls than you. Kill me.
I'm going to give Rafe a kiss on the cheek. Okay, have fun with all that boring stuff. We're going to go fight.
And you two step out. And where are you heading? You're going to head to the practice area at WMD, or you're going to go
Probably.
fight in the streets and really make a scene, or?
No.
That does sound
Oh, good, because
fun.
I was really hoping not to deal with the watch again. So.
Yep, I think it's like a start back, and it's just like, you know what I think I just remembered, Tim? Yeah, I just like reach down and like I'm looking at the snow, and I just kind of hold a ping in my hand. I'm like, I don't think you're faster than me. And I huck a snowball at her, and I book it. Because I think I have 35 movement speed as a barbarian.
But is this difficult terrain? Because of the snow?
It is, but it's difficult terrain for both of you.
I don't have fancy ranger stuff for that. I thought I did. I probably don't.
Is your
Do you have
favorite
terrain
terrain
urban?
No snow-covered urban
Forest.
terrain?
Is this not forest? Weird, strange. Okay.
Almost
Fine.
a forest of snow down here on the ground.
While these two are frolicking in the snow before they attempt to beat the hell out of each other, Turja, what are you doing? And Rafe, what are you doing?
What time is it?
2 in the afternoon.
I want
would've
to
left.
walk by the tower. What the coal tower?
Kolat
Kolat
Towers
Tower.
in Southern Ward? Right.
Yeah.
You
I
head that
say,
way.
Rafe, I want to take a look at somewhere that was mentioned in the letter from my friend. Would you mind coming with me? Just safety in numbers, as it were.
Already late for an appointment at the Temple of the Southern.
Oh, right. Sorry.
By late, he means like 4 or 5 days right now.
So it's not going
I'm
to hurt
sorry I'm
anymore.
late. I didn't want to come.
You could shout to Sim and Garlo. We've only gone about 20 feet because of the snow.
Cimarine, Garlo! Can you come here for a moment?
Yeah, sure. Think fast. Throw a snowball.
I duck.
Oh, you're
Okay.
so fast. Yeah, what's up?
Well, I don't know if I actually succeeded in ducking. I
You
just
didn't.
tried.
You didn't succeed.
Oh,
No.
Yeah. I want to go walk by somewhere that's here mentioned in his letter. Do you mind coming with me? Safety in numbers, you know?
sure.
Yeah, it'll be fine. Is it a walking thing? Is it far? Should we get a ride?
Or is it the southern ward? It's in the southern ward, so we should probably find a dray.
Sure. Sounds fine.
Okay. You take a dray to the Southern Ward. Now, you've never been to the Southern Ward's Kolat Towers. It's not something that you were really interested in your previous life, Turja. Sim, you never even registered for you back in the day when you were doing this stuff, because Kolat Towers, nobody goes there for anything. Nobody needed to. It's a unique place. But you do get there eventually with some help from some people who are thinking, tourists. In the middle of winter? Yep, tourists. Excuse me. And you make your way there on foot the rest of the way. While that's
Before we
happening,
get there, I cast a disguise spell to just sort of change my hair color and the skin tone a little bit.
hair color to what and skin tone to what?
Blonde and tan.
Tan in the winter. Doesn't stick out at all. Okay.
You guys know where you're going, and Garlo is just like a full country boy in the city. It's just that music from A Bug's Life, the da-da-da-da-da-da, just looking out of the palace.
Oh yeah, and it's a pretty lively city even in the winter time. The wind is harsh because it's coming in from the sea, something fierce, and the snow just continues to fall in light amounts, and then when it stops, it's only for a few hours at a time, and then a light snow almost continually falls, or at least for now. Rafe, at the same time that they're doing this, you make your way to the Temple of Seychelles. You come in, and much to the surprise of everyone, he did come! He did come!
Oh,
The chosen!
sorry I'm late. It has been snowing pretty hard.
Yes, sir. Hold on, and you hear him start to pull the bell, ding, 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 and you see all of these people start to show up. He's here.
Right. Small team?
Of
Just need a small team of you. We can go have a conversation somewhere quiet.
And you see the high priests all step forward, and the senior high priest that you remember who shoved you in the water earlier steps forward. There's 5 of us. We'll do. The rest of you, start cleaning. Make it clean in here. And stack the books. Where would you like to go, sir?
Anywhere we can have a private conversation about why none of this is appropriate.
My chambers, sir. Not my bed chambers. The welcoming chambers of knowledge.
Sure.
And he takes you in, and from within there are a number of accoutrements. There's a scrying orb. There's a scrying pool. There's a divination orb, also known as a crystal ball, and a number of other factors. A large mirror, and of course a telescope peering into the night sky when it's night. Right now, it's not so much.
I guess I was less than clear last time. I have several tasks to accomplish, none of which are taking over any part of running this temple.
Right, but while you're here, we're at your beck and call.
I don't even need that. I just need you to come see me the same way you would any of your other clergy if they required assistance.
Right.
Okay. The huge gatherings are not going to make it easy for me to accomplish what I need to in the city. I'm sure you've already sent out word. If you have any very important parishioners that, are going to ask to come talk to me, let me know. I'm going to be stuck here all winter. We may as well do it now. But as soon as it thaws, my companions and I will be on the road again. I just wanted to be clear about this.
Yes, sir. Absolutely. We are just excited to have you here. Facilities are at your ever need. But most importantly, sir, if you want us to keep it on the down low, it may be a little late for that. The broadsheets have already been broadcasting that an avatar of Seychelles has been observed in the city. I didn't do it. One of the acolytes, we don't know who yet, but we're the Temple of Knowledge. We can find them. May have spoken to a few people in excited glee, unfortunately.
Well, they're going to be disappointed, as I am not an avatar of Seychelles. I am an elf.
Right, and that's why Seychelles raised you up from magical colored light blooming waters and placed you on the platform.
No.
Don't forget the part where he called him his son.
Because I'm his byblow.
His what, sir?
Bastard.
That's not how that works, sir.
My mother is a human who lives in a village 6 hours south of here.
Right.
Are we clear here? No coming down from on high, no arriving from the very depths of the ocean. None of those things are true of me.
Right.
Okay. If you could, like I said, if you have very important parishioners who want to meet the avatar of Seychelles, let me know. We'll schedule time. I will let them down as easy as possible, and hopefully they'll still be willing to give you a donation, a large one. But
sir, the donations have never been an issue with us. We've only sought knowledge.
okay.
That being said, if someone does come calling, we are more than happy to direct them elsewhere, saying that you are not accepting visitors at this time, and that you are quite busy handling official business.
Okay, that works. Now, for the other part of this, and at this point, I just reach into the bag of holding and start pulling out huge piles of books. These are all recovered from let's see. This is the where was this? Oh, this was what was the name of that city again? I can't remember. All the way to the west in Mastika, and this is from Neverwinter, one of the exposed catacombs. So a lot to go through.
That is quite the collection, sir. Can we ask how you came to buy these tomes?
Yes. So one of the members of my party is a librarian, a combat librarian of Ogma, and he and I teamed up to liberate these from, well, probably destruction, at the very least, water damage.
The Temple of Ogma gave up books?
Oh, no. We split them.
Rafe, you misspoke when you didn't call him an apostle. Just to clarify real quick.
He's a combat librarian. That's his actual role.
One of my apostles.
Yes, no, beforehand, an agreement was made. We split up the books. If you would like to reach out to the Temple of Ogma and ask them what they've come by recently, that can be arranged.
You bless us, sir, with additional thoughts and knowledge. Thank you. Well, what else did you need, sir? When you came here?
Oh, like I said, I needed to align my actual magic with the correct deity. I had been in the practice of Gaunt, as I had grown up in the Temple of Gaunt, and obviously of late my magic has trended far, far away from that. It was beginning to cause issues and a bit of a dissonance.
I would wager, not that I would speak for your father or our god, that your magic was always aligned. You just didn't realize it.
You're probably correct, and if I cared to know, I would have asked him. I just needed to make the correction now.
Very well. If there's nothing else, just understand, if you have a request, just come ask. We'll make the facilities available to you as best as we are able. Unfortunately, our temple here is quite small. But
I understand that. I prefer that I be treated like any other acolyte. Is that acceptable?
I will do my best, sir.
All right. As far as the other clergy of the Seldarine, feel free to tell them whatever at this point. Yes, I think that's probably best. I appreciate you taking the time to have this conversation. I know you're a busy man.
You do us honor, sir, and we appreciate your humility more than you know. Thank you. Hey, put the dinner stuff away. It'll be okay. We'll be all right. Put the banners down. Get them out of there. And we're gonna just do whatever you really need us to do. No more dancing, people.
Excellent. I appreciate, again, you taking the time to have this meeting and us clarifying roles. Like I said, any particularly important parishioners or anyone looking for a meeting that you don't think you can refuse, let me know.
Hold on one second. The broadsheet paparazzi, get him out of here. Get him out of here before he leaves. Get him out of here. You should be just fine, sir. Absolutely. Thank you. The library is, of course, downstairs and to the left, and it's not extensive, but it is ours. The divination room, however, this one is quite useful at times if you have any skill in divinations. Anyway, good luck. Yes.
Thank you.
Mhm.
And we'll look around the other folks in the room and say, and thank you as well. And
There's a
I
few
will
less
probably be back.
there that have left the room to immediately remove or change anything that's out there. Mhm.
Yeah. I expect I will be back over the winter, and probably at least once more before I depart in the spring.
Yes, sir. Mhm.
And then I'm going to do my best to leave and ignore everything that's going on around them.
And you literally are leaving and watching like, no, I don't care what we said. He's not here. And you're seeing there's people being shoved in one side. You're seeing banners being pulled down and rolled up quickly. You're seeing tablecloths just being scooped up, food and all being shoved away and everything else. And yeah, and you're on your way.
All
The
right.
other three of you, as you get to call-out towers, make a perception check.
Oh, my first roll being alive.
Perception. 8.
Mhm.
Well, thank God somebody's on the board.
Bam! Carlo's
Carlo's
eyes.
brand new body
Oh,
has
eyes.
not failed him.
Oh my god, my astigmatism's gone. I can see so much clearer.
Yep. And it truly is because
Hey,
as the two
considering
of
that
you,
I died and got resurrected too, does that mean I can fix my glasses? Do I need them still?
you did not die and get resurrected. You just soul jumped from a dead, charred body to a fresh body.
Ah,
I mean, it's still a shock, but not the same as complete true resurrection from heaven.
it'd be nice to get rid of these glasses.
Yeah. Well, for enough magic, anything's possible. That being said, you two, Sim and Turger, are staring at this odd tower, and you see a few places where there's like bird bones that are just floating in the air. There's one skeleton that's in a running position. There's some rotten fruit here and there still around. But for the most part, what's most interesting is that you see the snow falling, but there's no snow anywhere in, and there's this magic line that you can see where the snow just bounces off. Weather effects do not cross through. There is no snow on the roof on this building, anywhere. The grass is still green. And there are, in the shadowy parts, you can still see lights inside the window. But Garlo, you're taking that in, but you're looking all around too. And that's when you see the two figures standing in the alley, keeping an eye on you. Normally, it wouldn't be a big deal, except these two already have blades drawn. Short swords. And on the short swords, an inky black liquid appears to be dripping off.
Sim, I think we might have found new dancing partners.
Lucky us.
I point out to Sim and Turja what I spy.
Roll initiative, everyone.
Let's go. Come on, Garla. Come on. Oh, yes. Under 10. The streak lives on. I damn to never have good initiative.
Here we go. All right. And with that, the first one, whoa, what happened there? Why is it ginormous in size? Can you guys see that?
See what?
Nope. Okay, that's good because you really don't want to see what I just saw. Okay, so the two are 15 feet away in the alley across the street, and they immediately lunge out at you. The first one lunges out, sword drawn, and immediately flashes a quick attack at you. Does a 22 hit, Carlo?
Yeah, 100%.
Okay. I need you to make a Constitution check.
Check or save and throw?
Excuse me, saving throw.
Gotcha.
Unless you have any benefits to poison.
I do not. That's gonna be 11.
11. Okay. You are poisoned now.
Okay.
And you took 6 points of slashing damage.
Yeah.
And you're going to get, Cimarine, you're going to get your first attack back. And then we're going to take a hiatus for the rest of the night. So what are you going to do, Sim?
Well, we gotta play with our new toy. Definitely
Okay.
say the magic words. Time to kill with some kindness.
Okay.
Throw it out and close that distance.
And the person who was running at you thinking it was about to be an easy go suddenly has realized there is a mistake been made.
And I would, very much like to close that distance and
Okay.
give him a thwack. Which without stats at the moment. Just gonna do our
No,
best
it's
here.
it's in the treasure.
Is it okay?
It's in the treasure. I've placed your axe in there. It's the +1 great axe.
Oh! I didn't even see that earlier. Oh my gosh! But I didn't equip it, so I'm just gonna roll what would be my normal axe because it's in bonus for hitting. So
10.
10.
Well, you're getting used to it.
It's big. It's
Miss.
so big. I'm not used to doing it two-handed.
You miss, but you get 2 attacks. So
You're right. 'Cause we're so high level and stuff. I get to do this again. I'm just a little rusty. I'm so sorry. We're gonna go ahead and do it a second time. 16.
a 16 does hit. So you swing down. It rolls under, but you then bring the haft up and bring the blade back around, and
I'm gonna be D12 damage. +1, you said?
Woof. Woof.
what's your strength
God,
bonus?
check this out! Paper cut.
What's your strength bonus?
Oh god, my strength bonus is +1.
So you're 1 + 1.
Plus the 1 from the great axe, right?
Yeah. So
3.
you did 3 points. Okay.
Woo!
Definitely feels 3. It hurt.
Okay.
You see it kind of dodge a little bit and get a little more cautious.
Good work,
And with
Ship.
that-
The
and with that-
poison.
We're going to come back next week and we'll find out what happens in the rest of this battle.